Welcome to EDP478, Consultation, Collaboration in Special Education. My name is Dr. Schroer, and I'm very happy to begin this journey with you. I wanted to give you a brief introduction to the course, a couple reminders as we begin class. First off, get a copy of your book. I recommend the ebook or the loose leaf version, and to put that into a binder in order to save a little bit of money. This is a brand new 7th edition. I'm not going to recommend the previous edition because of the enormity of the updates and changes in the case studies and things like that that they have created. Other pre-class activities we need to talk about. The first item is that this online course is run in Canvas. You'll want to make sure that you update your profile, check out the preferences that you have for email and receiving updates like announcements, and just generally getting used to the format and the gradebook and how things are set up. One of the great things about Canvas is that it has multiple avenues that you can reach the same activity, the same idea, but that's also kind of a downfall because sometimes you lose those things. So please pay attention to that. The other thing I wanted to talk about with Canvas was the fact that you can email through Canvas. For the purpose of this course, it might be easiest if we just email through our Miami account. But you can use the Canvas email if you'd like, but I would just be happy with an email through the Miami account. Second, take a look at the Netiquette video. It's only 2 minutes, but it just has a couple friendly reminders and a couple things that you don't really even need to know. Lastly, there is an introductory activity where we introduce ourselves to each other. There will be several activities that we will complete collaboratively, not in the first module, but definitely in modules to come. So you'll want to complete that introductory activity as the class begins on the first day of class. A little bit about the course. I'm not going to show you a complete syllabus and go through all of it, but just to give you an overview, there are 6 modules. There are 6 weeks of this course, so that kind of works out. There are 12 chapters within the book. We will not be discussing all 12 chapters and not all 12 chapters in total depth, but we'll basically cover about 2 chapters per module. There are 2 to 3 activities that will occur with each chapter, at least that I cover explicitly. I'll talk about chapter leads in just a second. But you'll have 2 to 3 activities that will require some sort of discussion or submission or project work in collaboration with one of your peers. And you'll want to complete those by the due dates, which are typically on Saturday. However, there is an overlap between chapter 7 and 8 with the chapter leads, and I believe it's chapter 7 that will have a due date in the middle of the week, so you'll want to pay attention to that, and that will occur in June. A couple other highlights, talk about grading and things like that. The module activities will cover about 30% of the grade for this course. There's an activity called the chapter lead, in which you will be summarizing the chapter in a couple paragraphs. Now, this is done with a partner, by the way. You'll summarize the chapter in a couple paragraphs. You'll try to relate the contents of the chapter to some sort of experience that you've had. And also, you'll want to bring up a question or two that still remains. And this question or two actually becomes the starting point for a chapter discussion that everyone will need to engage in the discussion board. And so that's how we'll cover about 5 chapters. These chapters are typically chapters that you have had in the past and perhaps other special education courses. I know that they are chapters that I have taught about in other special education courses that I've taught. So we will not spend an inordinate amount of time focused on activities for those. We will, however, discuss those through the chapter lead activities. There are formative assessments, which cover about 15% of the grade. These are small chapter quizzes that just reiterate your knowledge of the chapters and cover activities and content through the activities from the module. And finally, there will be a final project that you will complete individually. You may also complete it collaboratively in pairs. There are several options for this. Not all of them are on the syllabus at this point, but they will be discussed through a video and discussion. That final project will be 25% of the grade. Couple last points. Module 1 is open and ready to go. There are 3 activities. They are due the first week on Saturday, so you'll want to get started on those as soon as you complete your pre-class activities. And Module 2 will be opening soon. Typically, you will see the current week module and the subsequent week module open at the same time, so if you need to work a little bit ahead, that you can do that. But you will not be able to cover about 3 to 4 weeks within one sitting, and there is a lot to each of these modules. Chapter 3 will be our first chapter lead, so just a heads up, please check the link for your chapter that you will be leading. I just want to remind you to keep in contact. Please email, phone if you really need to for any type of issues that you may be having. Collaborate, work together, email each other, set up Google Hangouts, forums, which does remind me I will be available for Google Hangouts once or twice a week, depending upon the need. And finally, just read and relate. Take the time to do the reading. The chapters are very good reads. They're easy reads, and I think that they help us start to discover what this whole course means about partnering and developing collaborative relationships with families as we work with families who have students with special needs. So I really look forward to the class. Good luck to all of you, and we'll see you soon.